Welcome to part 2 of Q&A with I Like Being Smart, the A portion. Alright, where we left off, we have a few more questions here. Volt219 says, asks, what is your favorite band? Here's the thing, it's cop-out as a music major, but I don't really have a favorite band. I kind of like songs and albums. I don't really have a favorite band per se, but if I had to pick one, classic-wise, it would be the Beatles. Current-wise, it would be a band called Branston. Link in the sidebar. No, this way. Link in the sidebar that way. Yeah, Branston's BRANDTSON. They've got really kick-ass music that I like. But I don't really follow bands hardcore. The one question I did see before I read through all the questions and peeked was, do you miss being on the radio? Abso-fucking-lutely. I miss it. I miss it horribly. I miss it most when I try to call into the old station I worked at and nobody answers the phone. And I miss it on Friday the 13th because those are my, and holidays because those were my best shifts. I should really drag up, perhaps at the end of this, if I can figure out how to get an MP4 into Windows Movie Maker, but if I did that, then you would know that already. I should throw in some footage of when I was on for Halloween. That was a lot of fun. I said some stupid thing about, I don't know, silent, I won't ruin it for you, but I know what clip I'm thinking of in my head, and I'll throw it in there at the end of this video if I have time. Third question is, do you enjoy playing multiplayer games online? I actually don't. It's something I've been considering and kind of been interested in. Perhaps getting a webcam of some sort. And this isn't a webcam, this is like a separate thing. But like getting into that and getting into Skype and stuff as well. I think part of that is also the fact that I don't have any games that hook up. I mean, I have a Wii too, but I don't really play it. I haven't played it in a long time. If I want to play console, I either play my Game Boy or my Super Nintendo, pretty much. So, yeah. So I haven't really played it. I think it would be interesting to play, and then I can hook up with some of you folks. SSOH asks, how do you feel about the direction YouTube is going in? I like the question. Very deep. Deep as questions get on a Q&A video. How do I feel about it? Well, like I said in the last video, I've been watching a lot of Charlie Brooker lately, who's this genius who does BBC stuff. And over here, is a link to Newswipe that he does. And in the annotation that I just put over there. And he basically just tears apart the news, and I found it very interesting because the thing I learned from my broadcast major is that are two things that are most important to at least television and radio stations. It's ratings and money. If you got ratings and you got money, you're good. And I'm thinking it's the same thing with the internet. Instead of ratings, it's hits on the web page. Now, obviously, we know YouTube doesn't have a problem with hits. You know, thousands upon thousands of people use it. Thousands upon thousands of people use YouTube. So it doesn't have a hits problem, but it probably has a money problem, which is why all this advertising. And I actually peeked because I wanted to see your question, damn it. And so I looked at the YouTube main page, and it's very focused on big corporations, and that's just how it goes. And we may not like it, but it's like Facebook. Like when they changed over to that mini feed thing, everybody was like, oh, no. And then it was like, oh, well, we like it now. And I'm assuming that's the same thing that's going to happen here. People are just going to get upset about it, and then they're just going to accept the paid changes. I personally don't really like the beta channel because I like learning about people before watching their videos, which learning about people is on the left-hand side of the page in the old ones, and now these new ones you have to scroll down a little bit. But I just like learning about people. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I think people are just going to accept it. I think it's something they need to do. I liked your idea in one of your videos about some platinum service thing for better features. I thought that was a good idea. But I don't know. And people are just going to accept it and move on. And if they want to move on to other sites, that's what they'll do, because that's how life works. Doggy080, who was like one of my first 5 subs. Yay. The only set of questions I haven't seen, because he posted them after 3 a.m. What does the scouter say about his power level? What does the scouter say about his power level? I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or if I'm supposed to come up with something clever. What does the scouter say about his power level? Scouter. Looking up. I don't know, I'm lost about that. What is your favorite thing about LPing? My favorite thing about LPing is probably just kind of rambling on and getting on tangents. I don't know, I'm kind of a tangent girl inherently. I was going to say, is it 6 or an 8? Okay, that's a 6. I'm a tangent girl inherently, but and actually my favorite part about LPing is interacting with you guys. That was my favorite part about radio, interacting with the listeners. And the interaction and the feedback and the comments and stuff like that. And knowing that you enjoy it by subscribing, and the elusive 50th subscriber still hasn't arrived yet. But I mean, the other thing I enjoy is just like talking to myself, because it reminds me a lot of radio. And like I said with Volt's question, I miss radio really bad. And it, it's like talking to myself in a room, knowing that I'm talking to other people, but there's only one person listening. Like, that's what's so cool. It's like simultaneously an introverted and extroverted activity at the same time, which is why I like it, because that's why I like radio. I was in a room by myself in a studio for 4 hours with no one there, and then I got to express myself to people, but then I got to be by myself, which is the best of both worlds. IMO. What is your favorite LP moment in your LPs? That's a tough one. I like, that's tough. I liked when I took the pumpkin failure video in Super Mario Land 2, how I took that and basically used annotations to make fun of how bad I was. There's an Earthbound vid I haven't posted yet, but there's an Earthbound video I haven't posted yet that I did when I was sick, and that's humorous to me. And I think in Kirby, just any time I got ridiculously pissed off, it was just like, I'm done. Like, that game will make you go crazy. And it's like, as I went through and I just got just so pissed off. Eventually I'm going to do Course 8 one of these days, but extra Course 8, because I feel like I need to do better on that, because I did really, really bad. So those are a few of my favorites. I'm trying to think of an Earthbound one so far. I don't know. Pokey's voice. Pokey's voice is very weird, and I have no idea where it came from, but it seems to be a hit. So that's 9 minutes-ish. So yeah, that's all the questions you guys had for me. Thank you for asking them. Thank you for supporting my work. And I really do think of it, I mean, it's a hobby, but I really do think of it as work. Not work, but like, I think of it as works of art, or works of, a creation, so to speak. That's how I think of it. Anything I create, whether it's music or LPs or, even when I did painting, somehow I managed to pull off a B. I don't know how I did it, because I sucked. No, really, I sucked. No, you think I'm kidding. I have a hard time drawing straight lines. But you know, just like, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I was saying, favorite, oh, thank you for supporting my work, my creations, your feedback, your comments, your ratings, your subscribed, your subscriptions. It's just, I never thought I'd get a second fan base in my life, and I've gotten a chance to have a radio fan base and have a YouTube fan base, which is just more than I can imagine. And I really didn't think I would get this many subs. Big props to SSOH for helping me out with that. So I will quit rambling. We're about in 11 minutes, and it's probably going to be messy. And this, my hair looks like I did something with it, but I don't. That was random. Okay. Bye. See you guys for whatever part we're on in Earthbound.